Okay. I think that's it. You guys should be able to hear me now. This guy gave me 5 seconds to fix my audio without texting me. So, I have to do this a little bit weird. I'm doing it like backwards to normal. Because usually I have my gaming over here. And then my face cam like over here. So, it's backwards today. Anyway. And I actually have my YouTube pulled up on my Xbox so I could see the chat. So it's gonna be a little bit different, but we'll make it work. So yeah, so getting into this tier list, pretty much this isn't gonna be like pros, because you know I feel like that's gonna change some of these, because some of these, but overall, you know, it's just for newer people playing the game. I'm gonna say less than 1,000 hours. These are the people that who I've played against that seem good, or that when I play them, I seem to do pretty good with them. And I thought I'd just do this. I never made a tier list for this game, so I guess we'll just jump into it. So to start out with, we got the Trapper, which is considered one of the weaker killers. Just because he has to spend like half of the game picking up his stuff. He doesn't just spawn with it. And then he can walk into his own trap. I think he's one of the few people who can hurt himself. So I feel like that's got to put him low. I don't know if I'd put him... can I change this? I'm going to add a row below. So I'm going to do like... horrible. Okay, so I don't think he's horrible. But I think he is definitely weak. So, that's... I think I'm going to put him here for now. That sounds probably good. We'll put him in C. We'll move him up and down. Like I said, he can hurt himself, but I feel like there's definitely weaker killers. But he's kind of just the generic, you know, he's the first killer in the game. I'm gonna put him in D. So now we have the Wraith. He's a guy who can turn invisible with the bell. I feel like he's gotta do, I think he might be in B, because he's pretty good. His add-ons make him really good. I have some difficulty when I face him. I used to really dislike playing against him. Like, I'd lose all the time. Now I've gotten better with it. But he's overall fun. He's, you know, you can do different play styles with him. And his perks are pretty bad. I guess I'll bring perks into this too. So Trapper's perks, they're pretty good basic perks. It just makes you do like little things quicker, like carry them quicker, kick things quicker. Wraith's perks are all like, I can't even remember. They're just so bad. But everything else I think brings him up. I'd say yeah, he's at least a tier or two above Trapper. So now Hillbilly. I'm just placing these. I'm not like where I just play where I place them. It ain't gonna be where they're at. Hillbilly, within like the last year or so, got a huge buff. So I think the biggest thing holding him back, and he's got really good perks. He's got Tinkerer, which tells you whenever they're about to finish a generator and stuff like that. But I think what holds him back is he's so map dependent. Like if it's an inside map, then he's done for. So I don't know if he is above, like I'd say he's above Wraith, but I don't know if he's a full tier above him. I think what I'll do is as I fill in A, he will stay at the bottom of A, and he will stay at the top of B. So he's just like slightly better than him overall, because he has the one hit down potential. He's got the movement. He's got the chasing. You know, a lot of these powers, a lot of these people, as you'll see, they'll be really good at one thing but really bad at another, like no chasing potential. Like they can get around the map, but when they get to you, they can't do anything. They're just chasing you, doing nothing. This guy can do both because he can just walk up to next to you with a chainsaw and then one shots you. So, yeah, I'm gonna say he's an A. The biggest thing keeps him from S is that he is map dependent. So no nurse, Auburn, baby Sky, say hi. Well, the biggest thing with the nurse, see, if you go into like the pros and like the S tier players, you're gonna put nurse really high. But I feel like with nurses, the players are either really bad or really good, and I feel like I run into really bad players most of the time. So I feel like I don't even know if I want to put her in S, which is crazy because she's like arguably the best killer in the game. But I feel like just a casual player, every time you run, you're gonna have more difficulty with other of these killers. So I'm gonna keep her in S because she is an S tier killer. But I think there's other killers that might be more difficult to face, especially when you're kind of newer to the game. So, but yeah, she's not map dependent. She's got really good perks, and yeah. So I think that's what, yeah. So pretty much so far, I guess what I'm seeing is he has really bad perks and little chase potential, I guess. Like well in chase, he can't do a whole lot. He has chase potential and good perks, but he's map dependent. This chick's got all three. She's got movement, stuff in chase, good perks, and doesn't matter what map, you know. She's got the whole package. So I think that'll be, maybe I should rename these tiers. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, the nurse is the full package and she's free. She came with the game. She's free. So yeah. Okay, so Michael Myers. He's also considered one of the weaker killers. Yes, he can one-shot down people, but to get his power, you have to stare at them for so long. He's like Ghostface. You guys see me play Ghostface, where it's called stalking. I stare at them, and it fills up a bar. When the bar's full, I can one-shot them for like 30 seconds. His is like that, but instead of it being each individual person, it's one bar for the whole, but it takes forever to build up. But then it does last for like a minute. But it's just like you're watching them get generators done, not doing anything. So I almost want to put him, but his add-ons can make him insane. Like he's got one add-on, I think it's called the Tombstone, where it takes him even longer to get into that, but then once he gets it, he's like in it for like 5 minutes straight, and whenever he hits you, he instantly kills you. Like it ain't like he downs you and he can go hook you. You are out of the game. So that add-on is nuts. But I don't know. You know, most people aren't gonna be running that add-on. I'm gonna put him. I don't think he's horrible. I don't think he's unplayable. I just don't think. I I don't know. Is he? I feel like I have more fun with Trapper. So I'm gonna put him below Trapper. I don't know if he's in horrible though. Looking at it, I'm wondering who is in horrible. Actually, I'm gonna change this from horrible to I don't know. Because there's like two characters in this game that I have either barely played against or I've never played them. So we'll just do that. That makes more sense. So right now, the worst killer in the game is Michael Myers, and the best is Nurse, in my opinion. So Hag. Hag used to be one of my favorites. A lot of people hate the Hag. She's the chick where you draw the triangle on the ground, and when you step on it, it like appears, and she can teleport, like control that. She got a major nerf way back because it used to be, I think, if you crouched over that, it wouldn't go off, but you couldn't destroy it. The only way you could destroy it is if you had brought a flashlight. and you shine a flashlight at it. Now, anyone can walk up to it crouching, and they get like a prompt to like wipe that dust away. So that was a major nerf, because not everyone can just counter her power. But I would argue that she is still really good. Is my face... I'm gonna look at something real quick. Okay. I don't know. Well, anyway, so, yeah, she's a chick that can teleport, and now people can come and wipe it away. So they can take away her power. I think she does get a notification whenever you do that, but it kind of sucks now because she, like, you know, I can't teleport to it. I know they're over there, but I can't do anything about it. So, I think I want to put her next to Wraith because I really do enjoy her, but I think Wraith is better than her. Like I said, that was a pretty big nerf. I almost want to put her below, but I don't think she's as bad as these people. Okay, so Doctor is where we'll go to next. Oh, and people say that Hag is got like a, you know, she's got like a face camp like identity, like she can just camp in a spot. Now it's probably not as bad because there's like an anti-face camping mechanic in the game now, but that's why a lot of people didn't like her. She just plays differently, and she's got no chase potential. Both of these people have no chase. He's got a little bit more, but she doesn't. So here's Doctor. Doctor is pretty much all face potential, or chase potential. He has like he can find you, and then he can slow you down while chasing you. He's mostly just about finding you. That's why I like him. Like he's 90% of his power, in my opinion, is just locating the survivors. He doesn't really help you down the survivors as much. He slows them down a little bit, and he helps you find them. But he's fun. A lot of people, overall his sound design is dope. He's got that one map is his map. I don't know. He kind of does better in indoor maps, but I don't think it really matters. I guess I'm saying that indoor maps don't hurt him as much as it hurts some people. And he's got some cool add-ons. You can do some cool like meme builds, like playing with the insanity thing, like how it makes the skill checks go the wrong way. You can do ones where like it goes faster, or they just keep coming, and like it makes it like harder to do. So there's like those like skill check builds or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like he is better than Hag, but I don't know if he's better than Wraith. He's good at finding them. Doctor's good at finding people, but not getting to them. And he's good at getting to them. I would say they're pretty close. I keep saying Wraith doesn't really have a chase. He does have a little bit of chase, and Doctor has a little bit of chase as well, I would say, because he can like electrocute them, and he can like get in front of them and block pallets and stuff. So they both got a little bit of chase potential. She's got none. I'm gonna move her down, because she doesn't have any chase potential. So I think, yeah, I think I'm happy with that so far. Okay, Huntress. Huntress is, a lot of people consider to be one of the most balanced killers. I'm trying to think. I think she has 5. Is it 5 hatches now? And she used to have 3, or is it 7 now and she used to have 5? I don't know, but she has more hatchets than she used to. So that's, you know, I'm kind of surprised they did that. I feel like she was more balanced before, but whatever. And then she used to, her eerie add-on, which is like one of her higher things, it can make you one-shot people, but you only get 1 hatchet. So some people run that. But anyway, I feel like she is just solid. She's good at chasing. The only thing she's not good at is getting around. So I feel like I'm gonna put her because it seems like in A you're lacking one thing. I don't know if she does great in maps. Like I think she's map dependent. She's got shitty perks. Is she map dependent? Yeah. Not as bad as you would think, but I would say she is. I think A is fair. I think she's definitely better than Wraith, but not by much. And then I feel like she's really better than Doctor. And then, like you're saying, she's got like the whole her sound effects. She's got the Finka skin from Rainbow. She's just she's arguably a fan favorite. Like she is DBD. You know, like yeah, Trapper's the guy on the poster, but if it came out today, I think with all these killers, it would probably be her as the poster child for the game. So she's definitely map dependent. You definitely want to play outside with her because you can go for cross maps, and I feel like she's one of the few killers. I know like every killer has like people who like main them. Like this is my one killer. I feel like she has the most mains. Like a lot of people main Huntress, especially because like the problem with like maining Nurse is it gets to the point where people will back out. They'll see Nurse and be like, I ain't playing this. With Huntress, they're like, okay, this is gonna be interesting because I can maybe dodge her hatchets and stuff. So I feel like, but is she better? That's a good question. Is she better than him? He can down people and get around and has good perks, but is map dependent. She is map dependent, has shitty perks, and can't get around. I think overall that's the teetering. It's just that little slight. You know, arguably you could switch them around. For now, I'm just gonna put Hillbilly at the top. I like something about Hillbilly being higher just feels right. I don't know. Okay, so we got Bubba. I don't know why people call him Bubba. I'm pretty sure his name's like Jeremiah or something anyway. But anyway, so he's pretty much Hillbilly, but he can't sprint. He just like walks faster. And so basically, if you don't see me play him, he swings his chainsaw around, and like a bar's draining, and you click a button, and the drain fills back up. And I think he can do it 3 times before he has to cool down. So he can go for a while, just swinging. And if he hits you, he instantly downs you. But if he hits anything, it instantly cancels. Like if he hits a wall, if he does anything like that, it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's hard to use, but there's definitely like a learning curve. Um, Saying that, a lot of people like just face camp with him. They'll hook him and then just stand there. So because they're like, if anyone comes to do it, I'm just gonna hit him with my chainsaw. So he kind of has that reputation, but with the newer nerfs to, so if you don't know this, you can't face camp anymore because if you stand too close to the people that's hooked, they'll start to fill up a bar. Like as you stand there, a bar will fill up, and when it fills up all the way, you can just unhook yourself. So that kind of cancels him. I don't know. So I don't know how strong he is anymore, but he definitely had that face camping reputation about him. He's definitely better than Trapper. Is he better? I don't know. I would say when I log in, if I log in and I see it's a him, if it's a Bubba or a Hag, I think I'm gonna be more nervous over the Bubba because I'm worried about face camping. Because I'm nervous about being one shot. He might be better than Doctor. I don't know. That one's kind of iffy. I don't know if that's too far to say he's better than Hag. This is interesting. Like, put people side by side and being like, who? Because Doctor is solely like information. You know, like he just gets aura reads or screams or it just seems like he knows where you're at all point. And then it feels like you're hiding from him because you don't want to be one shot. So I'm trying to think of which one would actually be more difficult. Probably him because he can one shot you. And if your teammates mess up, it's just a fumble. I think I'm okay with this so far. Okay, so Freddy is an interesting one because right now, if you were to have asked me a week ago, is Freddy, where would you put Freddy? I'd put him dead last because I do not. He's not fun. His perks are mid. I don't think it's just like he's slow. He's boring. Like at least with these two, I can kind of meme around and have fun. I don't feel like I can do that with Freddy. Arguably, Freddy is better than these two because he can teleport. He can do like he's kind of like the clown where he can like slow them down. But instead of a bottle, he puts like these circles. But they just reworked him. I don't know if it's came to console yet, and I haven't played as it or against him, but I've watched the gameplay. And judging from what I've seen, he's gotten a major buff, and I purchased him. I didn't even have him purchased on my Xbox because of how much I disliked him. I have now purchased him just off of watching gameplay, so I feel like that's gotta move him up. But being as I hasn't really played him, being as they'll probably mess him up somehow because they just keep nerfing this guy for no reason. I feel like okay, so he's gonna be able to teleport, and he's gonna be able to do like a ranged attack through walls, and he's gonna be able to place fake pallets. So those are all pretty cool. So the ranged attack helps him during chase. The teleporting helps him through for movement. He's got okay perks, like I said. I don't think he's map dependent. That might move him up to B. Bottom of B, top of C, maybe? We'll put him top of C because B's getting a little bit full right now, if that makes sense. But he may be in the bottom of B. But this is without me. I don't know. Let me just try this. How does that feel? It's not even the true Freddy. I did say that the other day. You're right. And he's got no survival. Well, he does have a survivor. And he's got a map, but it kind of sucks. That might be it. I think you actually just nailed it. I think the sound design, as petty as that is, he's like the loudest serial or slasher there is. Like he nonstop talks, and he has no voice lines. I know that's whenever like DBD didn't do voice lines, but now they do. So like Adam, you know. I think you're right. I think Doctor has a cooler. As petty as that is, Doctor's sound design is leagues above him, and has cooler cosmetics. Freddy doesn't have a single cosmetic other than like his shirt being bloody, which I think everyone gets whenever they prestige. So, like, yeah, I think you're right, and I think his Doc's perks are better too. I think as far as you want to go actual gameplay, I think Doc's perks are better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. Okay, the pig. I haven't played her in a long time. And if you know anything about the pig, it's that there's a big like meme in the DBD community called like Nerf Pig. Because she's been nerfed. There's like a video explaining how many times she's been nerfed. It's like 12 times or something. Some of them are indirectly. They're like nerfing, all stealth killers. Well, she's a stealth killer, so stuff like that. So, and her chase potential is where she can crouch. I don't even know if you knew that. She can crouch. That's when she goes into stealth mode. But she barely can move when she's like she walks so slowly that it's actually like a detriment to play her as a stealth character. So she's a stealth character that sucks at being a stealth character. And so you might as well take that out away from her. Whenever she crouches, she can do like the roar and like lunged attack, which ain't bad. But I feel like other people do a lunged attack that's better. So she's got like 3 abilities. One of which is useless. The second one's mid. The third one is her head traps, whatever they're called. The reverse bear traps. That's easily her best because it slows down the game. Because people stop doing generators and start worrying about their masks. But I don't think that's worth. I don't think. Is she better than Hag? Is my question. Okay, let's actually start at the bottom. Is she better than Michael Myers? Yeah, I think she is. Is she better than Trapper? That's interesting because Trapper has to go pick up his powers. Her biggest power, which is the thing, she has to down you to get that. I feel like that's close. I might put him. I'm gonna put her bottom of C. I think she's enough better than him because she does have some cool perks. She came with the Gideon Meat Plant map, which is one of my favorite maps. All people don't like it, but as far as the indoor maps, I actually do like it. But yeah, as far as her, yeah, she's got the map, she got the perk. Her outfits, she's got one that's pretty cool. That's like, she has like the reverse bear trap as a crown almost that she's wearing. So I kind of like that one. I wish they would bring Hoffman in as another skin, which I think I heard that they did. But I don't know. But yeah, I think that's okay. Cause like yeah, Hag's got one power and it's kind of weak, but I like it. You know, I don't like hers. Like I don't play Pig. I don't think I even have her purchased right now, on my Xbox because of it. Because I'm a big Saw guy, and it was just like, this is how you guys did Saw. Like I don't like it. She needs a full rework in my like. Forget the head trap. Forget everything. Completely start over. You know. Which, see, I would argue, okay, Trapper, biggest thing, make him spawn with all his traps. Michael Myers, I don't know what you could do better, honestly. But her, like, I'm straying start over. Like, that's pretty big. Like, just start over. Like, give up. This ain't working. Can we get Kramer as a survivor? Yeah, she got the cop as one. And I hate when they do this. They keep bringing in survivors and then not getting like the rights to their face, so it doesn't look like them. They did that with Alien. They did that with Saul, and it's like, don't even bring in the character if you can't get their face. It's kind of where I'm at. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna keep her right here. But like I said, that is a big. Like Trapper just needs some tweaks, and he can move up. She needs a full fucking redo. Okay. Clown. You guys know I like Clown. A lot of people don't. And I'm not going to pretend that he's the greatest killer alive. He's actually just very simple, I think is why I like him. Like, he's really good to learn the game with because he's got like one power and he's like a generic killer. So he doesn't have movement, but his perks are some of the best. And he's not map dependent. His survivor is good. She's got good perks. I don't know if that really matters though. I like clowns, you know? Like a lot of people don't like clowns. I don't know if I like him as the clown because he's kind of generic, but it's like if you make a clown killer, you gotta make him generic, I guess. I don't know why they decided to make him constantly gagging. It is kind of creepy though. It like adds to that. And when you read his lore, he's like one of the most like literally sadistic killers. Like he just likes to kill people. So I feel like he's got to be better than these three. And him and Doc are a lot alike with the trap. Like with the Doctor does that like this thing and it like freezes him for a second. That's a lot like his, like the clowns. But I would argue the clowns is stronger, but doctors can do that as well as get information on where they're at. So I feel like you have to put Doc above him just because he's got like 2 powers and he's got 1. You know, Now, Clown does have the other bottle where he can throw it and it makes him run faster, which I don't ever use. Like, every time I try to use it, I mess up and it sucks. So I just never use it. Like, that's, I guess that's a skill issue, but it's like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Why would I throw, I don't know. It's like, why would I throw a bottle to speed me up when I can throw a bottle to slow you down? It does the same thing. You can try to say it's to help him get around more, but it's so difficult to use. I don't even fuck with it half the time. Like, you have to throw it way up there. You have to walk into it, and then it gives you a speed boost. And I don't think I'm in the minority. A lot of people don't even switch between the bottles. If they made him just drink the second bottle, which I don't know why they haven't, like it just instantly happens, I think that could help him. But I think where he's at, he's there. And like I said, he's got really good perks. He's got mid perks. I would argue well, yeah, okay. So the Spirit. I've been recently messing around with her some more. Spirit is what people used to consider S tier. They used to even like go back and forth on her and the Nurse, especially for console players. Because I play on console, a lot of people used to say that Spirit would be better than Nurse on console because she's just more simple to use. But they nerfed Spirit a while back, and now she's way weaker. But she is still what I find to be one of the hardest killers to play against. When I play, I do okay as her, but when I play against her, I really struggle. Like I've probably rage quit on her more than anyone. Which I almost like never rage quit, but like there was days where I'd be like, I'm not playing this, I just leave. So I don't know if I want to put her. So let's break these down. So the whole thing with S tier is they're not map dependent. She's not map dependent. They got a good perks. I think she's got pretty good perks. They're like they're acceptable. They got movement. She's got movement. And they have something to do during chase. She's got something to do during chase. I think that may keep her in S tier. Right? Because these people are map dependent, and I don't think she is. I think that's the difference. And she's got cool cosmetics. She's got cool audio. Yeah, she's got cool cosmetics. She's got a ton. It seems like one good thing about Dead by Daylight is if they see people like this killer, they will keep adding skins to them. And she is definitely like a fan favorite, so she has a ton of skins. She's even got a map that's pretty good that I don't mind. Like both the Japanese maps I like. So, yeah. I think she might be the full package of S tier. Is she like I probably struggle against her. I do struggle against her. If we were like, if I was like a pro at this, I would probably put her lower because I'd probably get better with the sound cues and figuring out, where she's at and stuff. But I think on paper, she's better than these because she's not lacking in anywhere overall. I think Nurse I'm gonna keep above her because even pros struggle against her. Pros don't really struggle against Spirit. I think that's my big difference. Okay, the Legion, they're the guys that can they run around and there's music playing and they hit you, and it puts you in the deep wounds is what it's called. It's where you have to heal yourself within 30 seconds, but they can't really down you. Well, in that, so they get you injured and then they have to chase you like a normal person. So, and I don't really love them. A lot of people play as them. I don't know. They're cooler on paper. People were really disappointed when they came out. They thought they were going to be like an Among Us character, be able to hide and pretend to be survivors type deal. So that's not what they are. Their cosmetics are pretty cool. Their perks. I'm trying to think of their perks. I think they're okay. I don't really remember them. The music is cool, like you're saying, because their add-ons even change the music. Like if you have like an add-on that makes you run faster, the music will change, which I don't think any other killers like that. So that little thing is cool. So musically and visually, these guys are pretty cool. Getting around the map, they can do that pretty well. But I don't know. Like I don't even know if I'd put them. I don't really want to put them above the Hag, but I think they are better than Hag. As much as I hate to say it, I just have a special place for Hag. A lot of people hate Hag, and I'm like one of the people that like her. Um, but I feel like the new Freddy is going to be better than him. I can about guarantee it. And I don't think he's better than any of these. And I don't think he needs a full rework like the pig, and I don't think he's too weak. Like he's in a decent spot, you know. He's like, I don't know, like he's okay. He's a weaker killer. You gotta have weaker killers. That's just what he is. Okay, so the plague. That's the chick who throws up on everyone. Some people really love her. Some people say she's great for any type of thing, and that her add-ons and her perks, like she's really good at being the killer you want to play as. But I just don't like her sounds. I don't like her visuals. I don't like, the stuff that doesn't really matter. I don't like. But when you get into the game, her blood, her throwing up, like how it projectiles is difficult to use. That's just like a skill issue, but like, why would I use this chick where I gotta like overly think where this is gonna throw up when I could just play the Huntress and have way more fun with a killer that looks cooler, that sounds cooler, that's now uh I'm drawing a blank. Her, whatever her name is, uh she has a good perk. She's got one of the best perks in the game, Corrupt Intervention. So I think you gotta put her pretty high. I don't know. And okay, she keeps people injured. Her and Legion are a lot alike. They keep people injured, but like will actually end chase. They don't really do a whole lot. I feel like you gotta put her. Does this look good? Let me see. I don't think she's better than Wraith by any means. Is she better than Bubba? Because all he's got is chase. She's got keeping people injured. Which if you think about it, keeping people injured and being able to one shot is pretty much the same thing. But she's got range. I don't think she's map dependent. And she's got one of the best perks in the game. I think that's what pushes her above him. Is he's got barbecue chili, something like that. It's a perk where when you hook somebody, it shows you people who are really far away from you. That used to be like one of the most spam perks ever, then they changed it. But she's got Corrupt Intervention, which is a perk where when you start the game, 3 generators cannot be worked on at all. And pros use that constantly. Like, every time you see any pros play, they always have that perk. It's like a given. Like, they might as well make it default, is how much it's spammed. So I feel like that's what pushes it. Even though this is for like casual players and we're not really getting into pro shit, I feel like that is the difference maker. Is that I feel like pros, when you get good with her, you're really fucking good with her. I just don't want to get good with her because I don't like her. You know what I mean? Like I don't like her vibe. Okay, so Ghostface. You guys know big Ghostface guy. He is probably the best stealth killer in the game and the most fun. And I think he's considered. He might be the most favored killer. Like I said, Huntress is probably the face of DBD, but a lot of people like Ghostface. Like his whole personality, his lore is different because they didn't get the rights to any killer. Like in the movie, they got the rights to the costume, so they had to make up their own lore. His Mori when he pulls up the camera and takes a selfie with the person, like he's just a whole lot of personality, and He one-shots. He's not map dependent. I love his perks. So I think I automatically puts him up here at least. Now, these people are lacking in one thing. I almost want to put him in A. I can do a good ghost face impression. I almost want to put him in A, but I feel like realistically he's not an A tier killer. Because he doesn't have... What doesn't he have? He doesn't have movement. But neither does Huntress. But he doesn't have ranged either. He doesn't have ranged and he can't... Well, he can one-shot, but it's hard. Like, he has to earn it. I feel like that's what drops him down. I'm gonna put him above Wraith. I feel like that's controversial. I know it is. I feel like some people are gonna put him lower. This is my list. I like him more than Wraith. Wraith has definitely grown on me. I don't know. Okay. I think it's the perks. That's what's setting me off with Wraith. Wraith's perks are horrible, and I use his perks constantly. You guys know this. So I think that's the difference maker. And he's got really cool cosmetics. I don't know. I can't really think of any cool Wraith cosmetics. Like, he's got some, but like every Ghostface one is fucking dope. So I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Okay. The Demogorgon. That's another fan favorite killer. People say like treat him like a dog. So there's that whole thing. I will say when I started this game, he genuinely freaked me out because A, I haven't seen Stranger Things, and B, his sound design is so fucking creepy. Like, you can hear him I'll cross the map screaming and stuff. Now, I don't think you guys have seen too much of him, so I'll explain his power. He can place down portals, so he has to like walk over and like place it, and then he can go and place another one, and he can teleport between them. But I think whenever he teleports to one, it destroys the one he was just at, or something like that. But he can have multiple. He can set like 5 at a time and teleport in any order he wants. And then he just has like a lunged attack, and it's like a long like lunge. And if he hits a pallet, it instantly breaks the pallet. So people consider him the most balanced killer in the game. Like, he's not too OP, but he's not too bad either. His perks now, see, you're thinking of Alien, who has the turrets that go against him. We'll get to Alien here in a little bit. But yeah, he looks a lot like Alien. He's a lot like Alien in the sense of them teleporting. And Alien has the tail lunged attack, and he just actually like... Well, yeah, you get what I'm saying. They're very similar characters. But the problem... It's harder to tier list him off of his perks because they took him out of the game for a while. They lost the rights. So they gave all of his perks to everyone for free. And so now he doesn't have any perks that are just his own, I don't think. Unless they... I don't think they added him some extra... I don't know if they made more for him or not, but his... I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't know if you buy him now, do you get more perks? Or did they... Like, did they remake him perks? I don't think they did. But anyway, so yeah, they took him out of the game for a bit. They took out his map. You guys know I don't like that map. The map has grown on me, though. Overall, I'm going to say that this game's maps are not... There's not any... I've gotten to the point where I'm not like, I hate this map. I'm just like, I'm fine with this map. Like, I don't love it, but I'm like, I'm not going to quit over it, I guess. So like I said, he's most balanced. His perks are okay. Like I said, they're free, so... And a lot of people love this Stranger Things thing. I don't think I can put him above Clown. I think the perks, I think the map. Now, is he better than Freddy? Freddy's gonna have a ranged attack just like him. They're both gonna be able to teleport. I think I'm gonna keep Freddy above him. I think that the fake pallets Because these guys are very similar. I don't think they got very many cosmetics. Their perks are like, the perks situation. Their maps are mid. These guys are actually very similar in a lot of ways when it comes to just things like that. See, this almost as filled up as these are getting, I might like start moving people around. Okay, Oni. This is the guy. Whenever you injure them, he can suck up the blood and become arguably the most powerful killer in the game for a little bit. And I kind of like how, other than these two having to earn his power, it ain't like when they earn their power, they're like powerful like a little bit. This guy is literally Michael Myers, but is sprinting along the map, so that obviously makes him better, and he gets it pretty consistently. And he's cool, like visually, his sound effects. He's like on fire, screaming, running across the map. His map is good. His perks are okay. They're definitely like, if you're doing certain builds, you'll use them, but if you're just using like a generic, you don't really want them. I feel like, okay, is he map dependent? Yes. Because I don't think you want him indoor maps. And as far as ranged, he gets around fast, so that like counters it. I feel like the same with Hillbilly. He's got that ranged. Like he can sprint to you. I can't throw something, but I can get to you. So I feel like I feel like he's gotta be an A. And he's another one of those killers that people just love. Like I don't know if I can really say anything against him other than his perks and other than he's being map dependent. So I think I'm gonna put him there. I think I'm happy with that. I think Huntress being above him makes sense because people have more fun and stuff with her. But I like that. I like that a lot, actually. This is fun. I'm enjoying. I don't think I've ever done this. I've done it in my head. I've like tier listed stuff, these killers, but I don't think I've ever like actually done this. And it's kind of cool to see my take for once. So okay, Deathslinger. You guys know I have really good luck with Deathslinger. A lot of people say he's not that strong, but I feel like he is. He's another one of those killers. Whenever I first started, when I saw him, I was like, GG, this is done. This game's over. We're not doing anything. Like, this is not gonna happen. So let's think about it. Okay, he's got perks. He's got good perks, I'm pretty sure. He's got the long range. Is he map dependent? I don't think so. I don't think he is map dependent. Let me think, like, if he was on an indoor map, indoor maps are probably harder, but it ain't like you're going for long range snipes, like you do with Huntress, and he's not sprinting around the map. Like that's his one thing. He can't really get around that fast. So I feel like that's gonna put. Like, I feel like you can actually wipe a team with this guy fast. Like, he is a snowball character, just like this guy, just like all these three are snowball characters. But I don't think he's an A tier. I think he's probably top of B. Now, as sad as I like to say it, because Clown's my guy, I feel like B is just too full right now. I think we gotta drop him down to top of C. I think, yeah. Well, you know what? I like Clown. We're gonna keep him up. I ain't gonna let him go to C yet. Okay, I'm not gonna go out the fight. But I do think Deathslinger's better. The only one I can really see, like, is Ghostface better than him? I don't know. I want him to be, but I think that makes more sense. Now, honestly, this is probably the correct order. I'm getting confused, guys. I'm getting confused. I think I was saying because the audio, because he's not map dependent. I gotta keep him above fucking a Plague. Come on, guys. Come on. Like I said, him and the Wraith, I could really You could really go both ways, but this just feels right. Like that was a little bit more biased, me putting Ghostface in front of him. I feel like um, there's going to be a lot in B and C tier. You're right. I just don't like people get a ton in A or S. I feel like S is like 3 at most can be an S. Okay, so Pyramid Head. He's got one of my favorite indoor maps. A lot of people hate Midwich. It's one of my favorites. I'm just weird apparently because everything I like, people hate. Like, I like Hag, I like Clown. People hate them. But and he is visually intimidating. When you see him coming, you're like, oh shit. And he can do a ranged attack through walls. So there's that. But he's slow, and that's all he really has going for him. Like always got his ranged attack. Really, he can do other things, but it's like that's why he's here is for the ranged attack. And I feel like Freddy's getting his ranged attack and being able to teleport. So I feel like you got almost you're forced to put him below Freddy because he's got his thing with more. But I don't think he's worse than Demo. And he doesn't have a whole lot of skins. And I don't know why they haven't done a Silent Hill chapter, like another one, like they did Resident Evil. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay, Blight. Now we're getting to the game. We're getting to the point where I started playing. I think I started playing right after Blight came out. So all these characters had already been out by the time I started playing. So Blight is usually considered S tier. I'm just gonna put him there for now because he can get around the map. He's not map dependent. Is he not? Is he map dependent? A little bit. His perks. I like his perks. I'm just thinking. Cosmetics are one of the coolest. You know, he has the whole blight. Like everyone else has outfits relating to him is how cool he is visually. And like I said, his perks are good. Is he map dependent? I really don't know. I feel like pros can use him on any map and be fine. Is what I'll say. But it does make it more difficult. I don't want to put him in S tier because I think somebody else is S tier and I don't want too many in S tier. I think I'm going to put him in top of A. Because I think he's... Is he better than Hillbilly? Hillbilly can one-shot. They're very similar. But I think people will agree that Blight is better overall. And like I said, this whole cosmetic thing, and I don't know if he really has a... I don't think he has a map. I think that's how it's gotta be. Okay, twins. This is the person that I'm thinking has to be in S tier. I think it's gotta be twins. Because there's no... Even pros struggle against the twins. Because you have to work as a team. And when you're playing just casually with your friends or solo queuing, they're not playing as a team. Like, it's hard to. Her perks are pretty bad. Is she map dependent? No. She can just roll on any map. Cosmetically, she sucks. I think people want to put her low. Like, if you put a tier list of people playing, or like most played killers, she's gonna be at the bottom. And it's not even because she's a little bit janky. This game's always got a little jank to it, let's be real. But I think it's her cosmetics that hold her back. People don't like the way she visually looks. I mean, you got like a nurse that can teleport. You got like this ghost chick who's floating. You got this guy whose jaw's falling out. You got this creepy girl humming. You know, you got this fucking... Like, you got all these cool killers, and you just have, oh, we're French conjoined twins that live in the woods. We have a backpack full of pots and pans. It's like, they're not on the same level visually, but solely gameplay, they destroy. They need to get a skin that, like, makes them... Like, they have skins where, like, Trapper is, like, Krampus and stuff. Like, there's, like, different altogether different characters. They need one for them where it makes them um like Ferrator from Mortal Kombat. I don't know if you guys ever played that, or in Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome, there's a guy called Master Blaster. Pretty much what I'm saying is it's these characters where there's two people and one's huge and one's small. And they could have the same ability, it's just one of them. Like instead of it being in her stomach, they're like sitting on their back. Same ability, same everything. And I think people would be all about it. I think you would see her rise if they did, if they just changed her cosmetically. Um, yeah. So I think she's S tier. I don't think I'm trying to think of what would be what's against her perks, her cosmetics. Um, a Griffin Stewie skin. There you go. Have Peter and Stewie. So I think that's where I gotta put her. I think she's better than Blight. I think I'm more scared of a twin, but they are very similar. That's why I'm not putting. I don't think I'm gonna put anything between them because they are right there. Like if I wanted to, I could easily put Blight above on S tier, but I think S tier should only have 3. I think it's like gold, silver, bronze. I think that's just how it should be. Okay. I remember whenever this guy came out, people were pissed. Trickster. Even I was like, dude, they're adding a K-pop killer. What is this game going to? So here's the biggest problem with Trickster. A, he doesn't have a map. He needs a map. He could have like a Tokyo neon lights at night in the rain map. It would be cool. He doesn't have a map for some fucking reason. And I'm trying to think of his perks. His perks are good. He actually has really, really solid perks that pros even use. I've heard that there's not much counterplay to him because he just spams like I think it's like 56 knives, and as long as like 8 hit you, you go down or you get injured at least. So he's like Huntress, but he can just spam it. There's no aim. There's no, But I feel like he doesn't. I don't want to. I don't think he's really that good though. I've played a bunch against a bunch of shitty tricksters, and he's not intimidating at all. When I hear him, I literally like get like a sigh of relief. I'm like, oh, it's Trickster, thank God, So I think I gotta put him above these guys for sure. I almost want to feel like I almost feel like I gotta move Freddy up. No, we're gonna leave Freddy where he's at. Yeah, he's essentially got a machine gun ability. He's better. Is he better than these guys? Because he's got one ability. He throws knives over and over. But this guy can find you and stop you. This guy can stop you. This guy can one-shot you. This person can keep you injured. I think that's pretty much where he needs to go. Is he better than Freddy? Like I said, I haven't really played Freddy, but Freddy can teleport. He can attack you through walls. I think the teleporting is the difference maker. I think this is where he goes. That's crazy because I always consider Trickster kind of a higher tier, but when I really break it down, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Okay, I will say this. I think I want to move Legion up. Not because I think he's good, it's that people struggle against him because he keeps you injured. So I think I'm going to put him... I think I'm going to put him at top. Right here. I think that's where I'm going to put him. The better you get, the weaker he becomes. But overall, my teammates and even me sometimes struggle against a good Legion. So I think I'm more happy with that overall. Yeah. I think that's it. Okay. Nemesis. I don't know if you guys have really seen Nemesis. I just bought him again. I'm probably gonna play him some today if I play any. Don't want you guys to see him because he is cool. Basically, he's got a whip and if he has to hit you 3 times with the whips to down you. So it's either he punches you twice or he whips you 3 times. And he's just like intimidating. When you see him coming, he has like a sprinting. I don't know, like he doesn't really sprint. He's like a marching animation. It's like intimidating. Like when he comes, it's like he's coming for you. His map, it's an indoor map. It had a problem at launch, but I think now they fixed it. And I don't mind his map. It's like the police station map. You guys have seen me be there a few times. I don't know if you guys realize it's a police station now, but he is intimidating and he's fun. You know, he's just fun to play as. He's just this big burly guy. He literally punches is his animation. Like he doesn't have a knife, he just punches you. I wouldn't say he's crazy strong though. But he's like, as far as like kind of basic killers with a gimmick, he's just fun. So I feel like these are kind of overall, these are basic killers with a gimmick, and these are basic killers with a detriment, if that makes sense. So these guys, so I feel like he's got to be here. I think I'm going to put him above. I think I'll put him right there. Because she at least keeps you injured. He doesn't. He has to hit you 3 times, which is kind of annoying. Let's be honest. She, in theory, only has to hit you once because you're already sick. Because she threw up on a generator and you started doing it or something. But I think he's definitely better than Bubba. And he's got 2 zombies, like AI zombies, that walk around, and they can fuck with you. They can really hurt you because there's no way to. Well, I guess you can counter them by dropping a pallet on them and stuff, but then you're wasting a pallet on an AI like zombie that just aimlessly walks around. But if you're working on a generator and it comes, it'll push you off the generator because you're like, I don't want to take a hit. So, yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, Pinhead. I haven't played him either in a long time. He is so he's like the master of making you fuck with other shit. Like he gets you off the generator because you have to go do. He like adds another objective, so which makes the games last longer. He is a ranged attack, kind of. He's kind of like Deathslinger in a sense. Like he hits you with a chain, and it like freezes you, and then he walks up and hits you. So he's kind of like Deathslinger meets Clown, where instead of like a smoke, it's chains. But he's kind of difficult to use. But a lot of people have difficulty playing against him. And his cosmetics and he's got a bunch of voice lines. This is whenever the game started getting voice lines and talking. This was sick, actually. So, let me think. It's just getting harder and harder with each person. So, I'm just thinking. He's better than Trickster. Is he better than Clown? I don't know. I think overall he probably is better than Clown. Is he better than Doctor? Probably. Is he better than Bubba? I don't know. This is where it gets the I don't know. Right here. Because he's like kind of like good at a lot of things, but not great at one thing. He has a good perks. He's not map dependent, I don't think. He's got okay cosmetics. He's got good audio, like I said. He doesn't have any well, he does have a teleport ability, actually. But like the survivors have to so basically, if you don't know, a box appears on the map, and there's a counter on everyone's screen. When the counter reaches 0, chains appear and will hold. So imagine like the Clown, like bottles appear and just wherever you're at, they just follow you around, making you go slow until somebody goes, finds the box, and solves it. Now you know where the box is at all points because you can see it through walls, and whenever they solve it, you can teleport to him. So he kind of has teleportation. He's more of a snowball character. I'm just gonna put him. I think I'm gonna put him right there. Yeah, the twisted guy and the yeah, them two are in the list. So anyway, the artist. That's another one you guys haven't seen, I don't think. She is a ranged attack bird person who can attack through walls. I can't remember if they do damage or not. I think they do. She is actually considered really good if you know how to play her right. But I don't know if I want to put her crazy high. I think just to go a little bit quicker, I think I'm gonna put her below her. B is getting really fucking packed. She basically places down this like thing of birds, and then she can send them straight out, and if it hits you, it does damage. And she can send them through walls, but you can like walk up and like smack the birds away if she hasn't sent them away yet. So she's good at like chase, because she can place it like she can place it this way as you're running this way, and then whenever you turn the corner, she can shoot them at you, and then you get injured from the bird, and then she's chasing you that whole time and whacks you from behind, so she can like down you really fast. I might be wrong. I think the birds do damage. It's something. I know the birds alert her of you, and you can't do anything with the birds on you. Like it's kind of like Doctor. I don't know. It's something like that. But I think overall, she's a lot like this chick. I don't know why. I just associate them together. But I think she's better. Okay, so the Onryo, that's the ring chick. You guys saw me playing her last stream. She can teleport to the TVs. She's actually kind of weak because she doesn't have a whole lot of chase potential. Like she can't do anything mid chase really. She can do a little bit, but nothing like crazy. But she's cool visually, and she's cool. She's got cool outfits. She's got the cool sound. She's got all the out of gaming play. She's cool. She used to be crazy strong, and I think they've kind of nerfed her now. They didn't want her to be crazy strong. I think it'd be fair to put her right below Freddy because they're very similar with being able to teleport, but he's going to be able to attack you through walls and she isn't. And I think that's the major difference. So the Dredge came out right after Onryo, and he is very similar to her because he can teleport as well, but he is very map dependent because he teleports to lockers, and depending on where the lockers are, depends on where you can teleport to. His perks are pretty good, I think. As we get on, I don't know their perks as well. But like every like minute and a half or something, all the lights go dark no matter what map you're on. Like you can't see shit, and like you start hearing like these screams and like sounds. So like he is pretty fucking creepy actually. I would say he's a lot like the Onryo but better. And then he's kind of like her with the bird chick. I was saying she could place the birds, but he places like a teleport, and then as he's chasing you, he can teleport back to it. So he's got a lot of he got okay chase potential. He's got okay teleporting because he's map dependent. I think it would be fair. I think. I think him above Bubba's fair. Yeah. He said, "Can we get a deranged hippie that leaves smoke around the map and he can sneak around in it real fast?" So, yeah, just the clown, but he's high, pretty much. Okay, so the next killer is the Mastermind. I want him to be good. Like I've tried with him. He seems fun. I don't know. I've always kind of I'm not having the best luck at him. Just to be kind of, I think I want to put him below Clown. But I think he probably is better than all these guys. There's something to do with his illness. I don't really totally understand the power with the sickness where they can go cure themselves. But one thing that is cool is so he like dashes forward and then grabs you and then throws you at the wall and then injures you. You could throw him at other survivors and injure both of them in one go. So that's cool. He's got funny voice lines where he's like a total smartass. So he's got movement. I don't think he's really map dependent. His perks are okay. I think this is a pretty fair spot. I think overall I just enjoy the clown more. The clown's more because he's kind of like a generic killer too. He just chases you and hits you. And I feel like I like the clown more. Like the clown just does it more simple. But yeah, I think that's fair. So the knight, I bought the other day and I played him for the first time. I know the knight was considered really broken when he came out, and like they like kill switched him, like they took him out of the fucking game. And I think now they've nerfed him into the ground probably. My biggest problem with the knight overall is the AI. Because I don't know, it's like you pretty much draw a line of where you want them to go, and you'll see them walking, and you'll see a survivor, and it'll just be just out of their range, and they don't know, and it's like just turn. She's right there. Like I'm sure it's just a skill issue. Like I'm not doing good enough, so I don't think he's actually trash, and I do know that he used to be broken, so maybe he's still got some brokenness to him. Like, once you figure him out, you're probably, like, can shit on people. I think he's got a problem of being really good at 3-genning, where there's only 3 generators left and they have to complete one, and he can just send one knight one way and he can go the other. And it's like, it's just not fun for the survivor, because it's like, what am I supposed to do? There's 2 killers on the map, you know? So that's what people didn't like about him. I will say just the knight is cool in general. The concept, like we wanted a knight character forever. He came out with his own map, which was like a castle. So I feel like he's got to be pretty high, or at least mid. He's at least somewhere in this area, you know. Is he better than the mastermind? Okay, let me start out with my perk. Is he better than the clown? Probably once you get good with him, I would say. Probably. But where I'm at right now, I'm going to put him below Mastermind. I think that's fair. I don't think. Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't think he's crazy difficult where he's at right now, like to go against. I think once you figure out the game, once you've got a decent amount of hours in the game, like, you know, enough to understand the basic concept of the game, you could probably play against him okay, because his bots aren't the smartest bots on the planet. It ain't like they're like mind gaming you and stuff like that. And a little thing is, if you send out your your clone or whatever, if they sense you and start to chase you, they drop a flag and then chase you. If you run back to that flag, you can like, I don't know if you just run through it or if there's an animation of you ripping up the flag. But if you do that, whatever that is, they stop chasing you. So you can stop the AI from chasing you. As well. So, okay. Now this is gonna be the first one I have not played against or as. I think she's the only one I haven't done either with. And I know that people hate her. So if you don't know it, she's like the king of the 3-genning, where there's only 3 gens left, because she places up these like drones, and if you stay within the drone, I think it like pings them pretty much. So she just knows where you're at all times. And she gets 3 of them, so she can put 1 on each generator and just run to you. And there's this famous video where they pretty much, it's not phase, but imagine they got phase against just like me. You know, like 4 phase members versus me, and this guy was playing as her, and he was streaming this. He wasn't. He was listening to music, barely even trying. The game lasted 90 minutes or something. It was like, I don't know if it was 90 minutes. It was like 54 minutes. It was like almost an hour. Like, it was a ridiculous amount of time where they were stuck at 3 gens, and he just kept running in a circle, kicking them off the generator, kicking the generator, making it reset. They finally got out, but the best team in the world versus like an average Joe, it took them an hour to beat this killer. And he was fucking around. Like, like I said, he was listening to music. So like, she's considered broken. People will leave. Like, I kind of want to try her out and play her just because I want to know, like, I just want to try her, you know? But I think people will back out the second you see her because of that. Because they're like, pros can't even beat this bitch. Why would I try? I think they've nerfed her now since then, but it's like, the damage is done. People don't care. She's got this reputation. So I've never played as her or against her, ever. And people don't like her visually. She's just like a chick with like a cyborg mask. They're like, it's too weird. It's too all over the place. Okay. So, the Singularity. I made a video on him. He's the robot guy that shoots like the bubbles. They're like, he shoots like Valky cams. And then he can like shoot you and teleport to you. He seems a lot like the nurse, but with extra steps, is what it seems like to me. It's like, I have to do 3 steps to teleport when my 1 step could be teleport as the nurse. I really like his map. His perks are okay. His lore's pretty good. You know, if you're going with all that. He's one of those that seems like he can destroy whenever pros play as him, but I really struggle. Like, he's got a high skill. Like, it'd be really good to even break even with him. You know what I mean? Whenever it's like, I can be decent with the Huntress and shit on people. I have to be great with him and be okay. You know? And I feel like if you're great, you can be great with any one of these guys and make them work. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't feel like I can put him crazy high. I don't think I can put him. I think I'm just gonna put him at the top of here. I don't think I'm gonna put him above the clown, because I think, honestly, what the clown's got going for him is simplicity. It's like, I get the job done. I don't need to teleport. I don't need to do 16 steps. I just throw 1 bottle and hit you, and it's over. Like, sure, the pros will probably say that the Singularity is way better, but I don't know. Where I'm at is like, he's difficult, is what I'll say. He's like hard to fucking figure out. Okay, so the next one's Xenomorph. I have not played as him. I just bought him though, so I am gonna be trying him at some point. I was really disappointed with this character whenever I saw the footage. Like, I've watched people play him. I've played against him because Alien's like one of my favorite franchises, and I don't like how they did him. So there's that, I guess. I do like his map, but I feel like I play his map constantly. It's spammed, and I've heard complaints about being too big. It is kind of big, but I don't know. I guess it flows so well for me that I don't think it's that big, but I guess it is. So his ability is he can teleport, more or less. Like, he digs underground and goes to any generator, and then he's got a sword tail. He's got like a spare tail? Spear tail? I don't, you know what I'm trying to say. He's got like and it lunges forward and it hits you and it injures you. And the problem is, it's like a sniper. Like, it can go across the map and hit you. Like, you can be on the other side of a pallet and it'll still hit you. It's people's problem. Which I guess is like the Huntress, but it's kind of like, I don't know. But he does have counterplay, and you can pick up flamethrower turrets, and they can, like, as they get close to him, it'll tell you that they're close, and it's my chat just said it's honestly, it's fun to play against him, regardless if they're good players or not, which I feel like is true. I think that's a fair point, especially coming from like you who's barely played this game. If you're like he's fun to go against, then I feel like that's a good thing, honestly. He seems pretty strong. He's got the teleporting, he's got the spear. I don't really like what they did with him, but I can't admit that he's a shitty killer because he's not a shitty killer. He honestly might be like up here. Skill what? I think that's fair. Honestly, I'm gonna put him just because she can attack like across the map, and he can. He can't, but he can teleport. Yeah, let's go with that. See, my B is getting too big, but so is C. You see that? Like next time I put something in C, it's gonna be like that. So we'll just go from here. Okay. Well, actually, let's just do this. Let's just do this to make it fair. Let's just move him up to A. Let's just move these both guys up to A, honestly, and let's just keep it at that. Yeah, we'll go from there anyway. So Chucky, uh, he's easily got some of the greatest like voice lines, audio, cosmetics, all that stuff, and he was considered crazy powerful. But I haven't played him since then. But they've like nerfed him into the ground. They've made him super slow, and it's like his whole thing was like a stealth fast player. Like he was kind of like Blitz or Blitz. Uh, I've lost his name. It was a lot like these speed guys mixed with like stealth, because it's like he's short, so he's automatically stealthy because you can't see him coming, and that he can like sprint at you and do like a long lunge. Well, now whenever he's like isn't sprinting, he moves crazy slow. So it's like he used to be able to hit you and then go into his lunge mode and then hit you again. Which maybe that was too OP, but I feel like they've nerfed him too much now. Like they've overly corrected. So I've been hearing nothing but complaints about him. So I feel like I really can't put him too high anymore. I think I'm gonna put him. I think he's very similar to the Mastermind with his lunges, but I think people like Mastermind more now. I'm gonna move the pig down to fucking D. I think that's fair. I think that's the way, boss. Okay. Now, one thing I will say, people have said this. It seems like this game's like if you look at the top layer versus the bottom, they're not crazy far apart. Like this is the closest the game has ever been balanced wise. Which I guess they are far apart, but I guess they used to be way farther apart. So there's that. Okay. The unknown. This is the guy you were talking about. He's like the one that like is like twisted and like he's got like a grenade launcher. I don't. A lot of people like him. A lot of the pros like him. A lot of like really good people like this guy. I can't really get into him, but I think I gotta take that into consideration. He's not map dependent, as far as I understand. No, I don't think he is. He can teleport. It's kind of hard to choose. You place down teleporters, but it's like every 2 minutes you're gonna place one down. So you better be somewhere you want it to be. So it's kind of hard that way. Um, he is a ranged killer. He is the creepiest. I kind of agree with that. He's got like weird audio. He's got like 3 different like voice actors, like a guy and a girl and stuff. Because this whole thing, he's supposed to be kind of like a skinwalker, like we were talking about earlier, where he like mimics you. Is his whole thing, and his lore is cool because his whole lore is he takes on like whatever you think he does is what he does. Like if you're like, oh, he only comes out at nights, and he comes out of your closet. Well, that's what he's gonna start doing to you. That ain't what if your friend thinks he does something else, then he's gonna do something else to him. So lore wise, that's sick. Yeah, lore wise, that's sick. And visually, all that they've like. And I like the fact that his weapon is just an axe. It's like he is so weird. He doesn't really need a weird weapon. It's just an axe. Like it's about as basic as it can get, without it being something they've already done. So, as far as where to rank him, I don't feel like I can put him crazy high, but I can't put him low either. I think honestly, You gotta put him above the clown because he can teleport and he's a ranged killer. So where is the question? I think I'm gonna relate him a lot to the Dredge because they both teleport. They're both creepy. Their perks are okay. It's just that the unknown is less map dependent. I think is my answer there. Okay, the Lich. I'd rather say Vecna. That's like what he's called than the Lich. I don't like the Lich. Whoever the fuck that came with that sucks at marketing. I guess he's Vecna. Okay, but yeah, you guys know I like Vecna. He's cool. Of the newer killers, he's actually pretty sick. I like his whole tier list thing, or his whole like weapon wheel. His map is okay. His perks, I can't even really think of what his perks do. They're not there. They must not be pretty good, very good if I can't even remember them. But he's just got like a personality to him. That's cool. His whole vibe, you know. His powers are sick. Yeah. Okay, so let's think about it. He can get around with flying. He knows where you're at with the circle. He can do ranged attacks. But what's cool about all these is there's counterplay. You're saying he's S tier. He honestly, like, let's think. Is he map dependent? No. He honestly, like, how do you? The biggest thing for him is he holds back the palette, but you can fuck that up. He's kind of like a master of all again. Is he better? Then why the fuck can I not remember his name? I just can't. It's like I don't know. Blight. Is he better than Blight? I feel like these guys are so difficult to play against that I can't put him up here. Because I don't feel like he totally destroys. He's just he's like a master of all, you know, or good at all, master of none. He's just like a jack of all trades. Well, these guys are like really good at like one thing. So I feel like I gotta put him. I don't know if I can put him above Light. I think right there. And because he's fun. Let's be real, he's fun. Yeah, I really fuck with him. See, people, is Blight actually that good? Like, let's think about it. Buck can get around. It's just like you gotta be so good to use him. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna move like that. I think that. Ooh. That might be better. What do you guys think of that? Because yes, he can like destroy, but you gotta be so good with him. You gotta be good one time, and they're down. You know, and then she's fun. He's fun. He's fun and good. Like these people are all fun and good. This person's not really like he's okay. He's really good, but really difficult. Like he's kind of like Singularity, but I feel like his payoff is higher than Singularity's. I like this. I like these four being the top. That makes me happy. It feels strange putting Vecna so high with him being the new guy, you know? Or newer. So, we'll just go from there now. Okay, Dracula. I really hate how they did Dracula. let's be real. If you're doing a vampire, don't do it this way. Now, I have not played him. I think he's one of the few I do not own still. And I haven't played against him a whole lot. But he seems a lot like Vecna with the whole weapon wheel. But he can either turn into a werewolf or a bat. The bat is like to move around. So kind of like Vecna's floating thing. And then the wolf is like a lunged attack. Kind of like Demogorgon's attack. So he's kind of got he's got Demogorgon's attack and Vecna's moving ability. And it's like, I don't really care for that. You know, like, I think he kind of sucks. I think he's boring. I think he's white bread, you know, he sucks. Yeah, like you said, you didn't even know Dracula was in the game. What's dumb about him too, he's not just Dracula. He's Dracula from like, what's that vampire the last vampire, I don't know, it's like an Atari game, like an old, you know, so he's not Dracula like from Bram Stoker. Like Dracula we think of, it's not him. It's him from some Atari video game. And his power isn't even blood-based. Like, Oni's power is blood-based. Why the hell is the vampire's not? And everyone's like, well, that's not how it was in the game. Well then, I don't know, do a better Dracula. Don't limit yourself by doing a Dracula that doesn't relate to blood. You could have done your own vampire, and I'd have been better with this guy. Like, this was just disappointing. I just put D for disappointed. Like, I don't, honestly, he's probably better. You know what? No, I don't think he deserves it. I'm gonna put him top. Like, realistically, he's probably not as bad as I'm making him out to be. But it's just so disappointing. I just, like, why? I almost... Realistically, he's probably, like, right here. Which I'm gonna move her down to D, just because of how packed B and C are getting. Which I don't like, but my thought process is he can just fly around the map. He has to stop and teleport, and he's pretty much got his lunge attack. So he's pretty much him, but better. But I don't know if I can put him much higher because of like everything else I said. Like, he sucks. Like, this is how you guys do Dracula. I don't know. Okay, the last killer, the newest person, the Houndmaster. I have not played as them. I do own them. I just haven't messed around with them. I will say she seems to be a little on the weaker side. And my problem also is like, didn't you guys just do a person who could turn into a dog, aka Dracula? And now you're having a person whose ability is a dog? Like, way to follow up a dog character with a dog character, you know? So, but she does seem cool. She seems pretty balanced overall. I've seen that, like, they buffed her. People are like, she's broken and all this, but I don't know. I feel like she's no more broken than, like, Deathslinger. So let's try to figure out, without me playing her, and I think I've played against her once or twice. And once again, it comes down to AI. Her dog's AI. She like points and it goes, but you know, it doesn't like see. So realistically, she probably is better than, probably better than the Doctor. I think that's fair. I don't know much about her perks, so that makes, you know, I'm gonna move him up to A. Let's kind of make an A a little packed. Let's go. Let's do this. The 4 horsemen of S tier, in my opinion. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I, because S tier, like I said, they're not map dependent. He is. I think that's the defining factor. I almost need to make another tier for like just shit. I might do that actually. Anyway, you get the ballpark. You get what I'm at. These are the best in this order. I could make another tier and move people apart, but it'll all be the same layout, so I don't think it really matters. You could probably switch some of these characters a little bit, you know, like Dredge and Unknown, maybe. You know, these three. I really like these three. Them three together just it clicks. You know, it just makes sense. Kind of like these four. I like it. Um, Vecna's still the one that I'm like, I don't know. I think I just need to try. I just need to get better with him because he's next to a guy who can one shot, and he's next to like one of the greatest in the game, like fan favorite. So it's like, is he that good? I guess time will tell. You know. Um, I'm thinking. I like the list. Only thing I disagree is I think the Lich is S tier, but I haven't played with him and barely against him. Yeah, like I'm saying, I think Lich is the one. Um, that I don't know overall. So yeah, I think that's it. I might take a picture of this and post it somewhere and get yelled at in the comments for how ignorant I am. But yeah. So there's that. It's making me relook. I'm looking at like the bottom people, and I'm like, are they really this bad? Like, is Pig worse than like Onryo or something? I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. I'm not gonna move anything. I'm happy with it. It's good enough. It is what it is. My boy Ghostface made it into A tier. That's all that matters. I knew we'd work him up there somehow. We're lucky he didn't slide into S tier. Is all I know. Um, so you gonna play some after? I'm probably am. I'm probably gonna end this stream and then play some DBD. I do want to play some Survivor today because I don't feel like I played a whole lot of Survivor with you guys, but I also have some new killers I want to show you guys too. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this stream. I might end up making this to a YouTube video and like condensing it, or just posting it as it is. I don't know. So, all right. Well, I'll see you guys. Thanks for watching and everything, and I'll probably it's 2:10 right now. I'll probably around 2:30 I'll post because I'm gonna go talk with somebody and get things set it up and everything. But yeah, so I'll see you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.